Okay, so what we're doing here today at the bench, I'll be talking a little bit loud today because there's some music playing in the background. Probably going to give me some strikes for that, but I really don't care. Okay, but this is a Pioneer CT-F650. And I'm just doing some routine maintenance right now. Giving the idler tires some rubber renew because the take-up wheel was a little bit slow and it attempted to eat a cassette tape. But this deck has been a lot of work. This is the one that had the broken switch, which is down inside there. And I had to make my own switch from a Marantz cassette deck. And it's working perfectly now. Okay, so if I press play right here, okay, you can see everything's turning. Everything's doing real good. The auto stop's not kicking in. Okay, and when you shut it off, everything shuts down the way that it's supposed to. So that switch that I made is working perfectly. All right, so that's just a little bit of MacGyvering. Sometimes you have to do that with vintage decks. But what I'm doing today is the pinch roller is hard as stone. I mean, it literally, it's hard as a rock. All right, so, I mean, if I put a tape in it and press play, you know, it works. All right. And it does sound really, really good. But that pinch roller, like I said, is hard as stone. And I'm going to see if I can change that right now. I do not know the size. I have a few pinch rollers here. So to get it out, there's a C-clip in there. Okay, my phone is not allowing me to focus or zoom in, but all the knobs have to come off. Ugh. Come on, baby. So I had to repair all of these knobs because the plastic inserts all came out. So I just put a little bit of Gorilla Glue and then put those inserts back in there. So I don't think they'll be going anywhere for a while. And put a little bit of grease on each one of these posts. So now this face is going to come off because I already took the screws out. The door just lifts right off. So we'll wiggle this out of here and set this aside. So, but this pinch roller here, like I said, it's hard as stone. I don't know, that's going to be a real bitch. Well, maybe not. I'll have to prop it up in the air like that. Because that C-clip has to come off. And once that C-clip comes off, I'm hoping that the pinch roller itself will just come off. All right. I'm not seeing anything really attached to it. I see a big spring behind it, but I'm not seeing any kind of spring. I never did a pinch roller on one of these. So I'm going to pause this video for a second and scope this out. Oh, this motherfucking phone, I'll tell you. Okay, so the pinch roller is out, and it was a lot of finagling, a lot of wiggling. There is a spring, okay, that comes forward and sits on top of this part. And that same spring goes down in there and hooks on that little piece of plastic in there. Okay? So you can see the spring wrapped around the post right there. Okay? But it takes a lot of wiggling, okay, to get this funky looking thing out of there. Okay? So I hope this fits. 13 times 8 times 2. So, nice brand new from fixyouraudio.com. And we're going to see if this fits on here. And I know it's going to be a pain in the ass to get that back in there. Okay? But if you don't have any patience, this ain't the hobby for you. So, let me get my little poker tool out. Get my little brick. And I will be right back. Okay, so the 13 by 8 by 2. Okay, so it did need a little bit of coaxing to get it to fit. So all I did was I took the pinch roller and I put some sandpaper down, just some 600 grit, like a emery cloth, and just sanded the sides. This is the old one, okay? So I just put it on some sandpaper and did both sides of it, okay? And it fits nicely, okay? Spins real beautifully, okay? But right out of the package, it was just a little bit too wide, a little bit too tight. And it happens all the time. But the center rod is the perfect size. The width of the rubber, the diameter is all exactly right. So sometimes you have to sand the sides of the pinch rollers. It happens all the time. Now, the hard part is going to be getting this damn thing back in here. Okay? So, especially without busting off this plastic extension and getting that funky spring back on there. So, I'll be right back. Okay, when you try to put that pinch roller back on, I suggest you tilt it up onto its side, okay? And once you finagle it in there, okay, because you can see the edge of that spring right here, okay, that goes on top of it, all right? So that spring comes across. Sorry about the focusing, all right? But that spring comes across and it hooks into that little lever. There it is, okay? So that spring hooks into that little lever right there, that little plastic clip. And then it works its way down and around. And if you look inside of here, you can see that spring and it hooks onto that little plastic point right there. Okay, so I suggest you hook that on last. All right. That plastic extension goes inside the mechanism in there. Okay, that comes out the back of the pinch roller. That long extension I showed you before. And that hooks into the mechanism. Okay. So, C-clip is back on. And the little shaft is oiled. And press play. Oops, sorry. Close the door. Press play. And there you go. Pinch roller's turning. Tons of torque on it. Nice and grippy. And this is the take-up wheel. So I gave that a lot of rubber renew and stuff. So let's lay this down flat now and put a tape in it. Okay, so the pinch roller is all in, all nice. Cleaned the capstan shaft. I cleaned the heads and the tape path and everything like that. So I gave all those idler tires in there some fresh rubber renew. Okay, there's 3 of them in there. So I hooked them up with some rubber renew. And I know I'm probably going to get some strikes for this, but you know, what are you going to do? You know, YouTube wants to give away strikes and stuff like that. Who gives a shit? So let's give it a shot here. I guess this is fast forward. So that's doing real good. Wow. That's hauling ass. Okay, rewind. Ah, nice. Okay, play. The devil's in the house of the rising sun. That sounds pretty good. And I haven't done a speed test or even checked the heads. So now I'm going to put a tape path in there. A tape path cassette. And so this way, you know, just to check it out. But I shut that speaker off over there. So, but I know that music in the background is going to get me some strikes. But this seems to be doing very, very well. It's always nice to put a brand new pinch roller on. Alright? Anytime you can get a new pinch roller on, get it fit, get it working, that's good. Alright? Now this Pioneer sounds damn good when it's connected up to my stereo. So, but I haven't been playing it enough because I didn't have that black box with all the decks plugged into it. I had to keep reaching around and plugging and unplugging, and it wasn't getting enough play time. So that's why it ate a cassette tape. Okay, so, and after it ate that cassette tape, that's when I realized that this pinch roller right here is hard as a rock. So, and it's a shame because it has a nice brass ball bearing in the middle. But, you know, it gets to the point it has to be changed. That's life. But yeah, this seems to be doing very well. And I'm going to do a tape path test, do a speed test, and hopefully this will be back in the stereo in a few minutes. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you ever have to do one of these pinch rollers, you might have to do a little sanding like I did. Sand both sides of the plastic and it'll fit right in there. Alright? So that was a 13 by 8 by 2 from fixyouraudio.com. Okay. So, but so far, it's looking really, really good. Very, very happy with that. So you all have a good day. Party on.